Do you believe in mental health? Is mental illness real? Or is it something that we kid ourselves with and can snap out of if we want to? I think to begin with, we both need to come to an understanding of what mental health really is. The WHO defines it as a state of well being in which an individual realizes their ability to cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and are able to contribute to their communities. In that case, what does it mean to have a good mental health? It would mean that you have a sense of purpose and meaning, a sense of contentment. You look forward to life. You're able to have fun and laugh, cope with the normal stresses and bounce back from adversities, build and maintain fulfilling relationships, and curious to learn and adapt to change. Good mental health does not mean that an individual never experiences sadness or depression or anxiety. In fact, accept it or not, every individual experiences mental health difficulties. We can all think about points where we experienced loss, disappointment, or change that caused us deep sadness, worry, or stress. Just as a physically healthy individual is better able to bounce back from an illness or an injury than compared to someone who's physically unwell, certain individuals are better able to bounce back from adversities, trauma, and stress, while others find it difficult to do so. This is a good sign that your mental health is in good shape and you're resilient. Now, the big question is, what shakes our emotional well being? Similar to how there are certain factors that affect our physical health, there are other factors that affect our emotional well being and our ability to cope. That can be childhood abuse, trauma, neglect, loss, change, environmental factors, situational factors, our surroundings, genetics, and there's so much more. When it comes to our physical health, certain issues can be dealt with ourselves. And for some other issues, we may not have the sufficient knowledge. So, what do? We may ask around, do our own research, and increase our awareness. And some other issues, it might be completely out of our scope to understand and heal from. And what do we do then? We approach professional doctors who are specialized in their fields to gain the necessary help. Now, this process is completely normal and accepted when it comes to our physical health. But what makes it so difficult for us to accept the same process applied to our emotional health as well? When it comes to your mental health, all of a sudden, you're just expected to know, be strong, and heal all by yourself. Don't forget that the three stages that I just mentioned for our physical health also applies to our emotional and spiritual health. Our body is a combination of three: the mind, body, and soul. They are interconnected but separate at the same time. So it's crucial that we nurture them in three separate ways. There are so many people out there who are struggling to cope with life, navigate through hardships, alone and isolated, not able to seek help because of the prevailing stigma in our communities. And this is not exclusive to the wider community. Even mental health practitioners, including me, struggle to seek help because of the prevailing stigma. To every one of you out there who's struggling with their mental health, I can only imagine how hard it must be to go through what you're experiencing. But I just wanted to remind you that mental health is real, mental illness is real, and by the mercy of God, there's no illness that touches humans except that God has also sent down its healing. So do not be afraid to seek help, and let's end the stigma and empower the ones who are trying to seek support.